Hi YouTube, it's me. Lots of spaghetti man. Is what is, still is, Victor Graphics, blah blah, whatever alias you want to go by. Today, I wanted to make a small tutorial on how to change save batteries in a Super Nintendo, or in this case a Super Famicom cartridge, while also keeping the original save files intact. Now, this is just it's just a pretty run-of-the-mill puzzle game with a lot of cool features in it. One of which is save files, and it has save files made by the original owners in it, which I thought is pretty cool. Now, I doubt they really care if these save files go away, because they weren't really that, heavily invested in the game, but it's still kind of cool to see their names there. So things you require for this are, of course, a soldering iron, a desoldering thing of some kind. Preferably you want a multimeter, like so. And yeah, solder. It's a very basic soldering thing. When I first picked up soldering, this was the kind of stuff that I would do, so it's not too hard. But let's just get to it. Let's open up this cartridge first. There you go, that's the board. Go ahead and put the two screws over here, because, not too many things could go wrong with this kind of job, but it does get a little tedious if you start to lose things. So, first of all, this is the battery, right here. Looks like this is from December 1996. A little young, but that's cool. So, the first thing you want to do in regards to keeping your save battery intact is you're going to have to spot two prongs on here. Now, I'm going to show real quickly how you test the battery to make sure it's still good. Is you get your multimeter here, you have it on voltage, right? It's this HZ with this little thing, that's millivoltage, millivolts, whatever you want to call it, but this is regular voltage. And what you do is you get your positive and negative leads, right? Then you get the part. Let's see if I can fit this all on here. Trying not to get mixed up here. So the big lead is the positive, and the small lead is the... Is that right? Hold on. I need to check myself, I suppose. Okay, yeah, small lead's negative, big is positive. Okay, so you can confirm that it has 3 volts of power, like so. And if you get the polarity mixed up, it'll just show up the same, but negative, right? Yeah. So in order to keep a save file on this cartridge while you're doing a battery swap, you need to attach a battery to it that can provide the 3 volts to the SRAM while you take this battery out and put another one in, and then you desolder the other battery. Now, if you don't have a spare battery, what you could theoretically do is wire up 2 wires, and I can tell you right now, just looking at these are the prongs that you need to attach to. And the way I can tell is the positive lead goes to this point right here, and the negative lead goes to this one right here. And if my multimeter will cooperate with me, it'll show you that that does in fact actually give back a voltage signal, because I know it does. Yeah, see? 3 volts. So again, you get the polarity mixed up, it just comes up negative. Ideally, I have a spare battery from a cartridge of Super Mario Kart that I swapped out. And again, wires are color-coded, positive red, black negative, big tabs positive, black tabs negative. So basically the strategy is going to be, I'm going to solder this wire here and this wire here, and then I'm going to add fresh solder to these tabs, and then I'm going to desolder these, and then that battery will be out, but this battery will still be wired in and holding a charge. So, that being said, we start that now. Get your soldering iron. Now, get your soldering iron, set it to about here, say like upper 500s, lower 600s. If you really have a stubborn point, maybe set it to like lower 700s, but yeah. Gonna just add some fresh solder. Doesn't mean I can get this point to melt. Very, very stubborn. Okay. Alright, very good. Scrub that off. Okay. So now, maybe if I zoom in this camera just a little bit, just lower the stand, scooch it up a little bit. Alright, there we go. It should be pretty good. Okay, so first things first. Positive lead here. Negative lead here. All right. So now with that battery set in place, even when this one goes out, there's still going to be a consistent voltage of about 3 volts being provided to the board, so the SRAM doesn't drop. And yeah, what I like to do before desoldering these tips is add some fresh solder to prime it. Put that there. I'm doing this through my video camera, it's pretty odd. Okay. Then this one might be a little tricky. I don't want to burn my wires. So, get this black one out of the way. Hey. Burnt it. Damn it. Alright. It's also ideal to keep these separated so they don't short out or anything, but anyway, you want to heat this point up. And with that, those 2 points are primed. I don't think that needs more. So now you got to desolder these. My soldering setup is a little easier to take care of this. I have a desoldering gun with a tip like this, which is perfect for these tabs. I burnt a little of this conductor here, so I do at least want to make sure that still has continuity, and in order to do that... Alright, so that wire's still good. Nothing to worry about there. Just being a little careful, you know, recording a YouTube video, I'd hate to go back because of something stupid, but, you know, happens to the best of us. So, now, we're going to desolder this battery with a desoldering gun. Place it there. 2, 3, 4. Shake it. It's really clean. Okay. And there you go. Drops right out. It's the old style battery. Good. You know, just for humor's sake, we'll make sure that it still has the voltage that we desire. Should be about 3 volts. It's hard to... Yeah, 3 volts. So the save is still good, it's still going. Now it's time to put in the new battery. Now usually, people who put in new batteries could either go for another style battery like this, which you can order on Amazon. I might find some, leave it in the description. I don't know, maybe. But what I typically like to do is I like to use these, which I believe I did get from Amazon, and I will put a description for, because these are great. The only caveat to these is sometimes you might have to, like, grind one of these corners down, because the way these boards are laid out, at least some of them, they'll typically have like one of these resistors here that will actually block where the battery could sit comfortably. This one obviously doesn't have that issue, but you know, it's like it's just, and these also require a little prep work. Real quick, like you gotta bend this tab down, and then you gotta bend this tab down, but you also have to cut off the corner because stock gets a little too big. If you see here, you can see where I cut it. Pair of scissors is where it's at with this. So, that all being said, we'll put the thing in there. Finger. A little. Yep. See how it sits flush? It's very good. At this point, I want to prime my soldering iron. So I have some, like, fresh solder just to tack it into place. And then, like, work on it as I go. But, like, even, like, laying down, it looks pretty flush. And I could probably get away with putting a little bit of weight down on the board. I'm left-handed, so I'm southpaw, so I gotta approach this from an angle. Okay. Should be enough, right? Yeah. Again, I just want just enough to prime it, but not do the full job just yet. That should be attached. Then, this one I gotta be quick with, or I'm gonna burn my fingy. Like that. Always happens. It is what it is. That metal gets heated up pretty fast. But it is tacked into place, and as you can see, looks wonderful. Okay, so now all that's really left is to put some fresh solder on these tabs and get it nice and attached like. That looks pretty nice, if I do say so myself. Okay, so now that that is in place, all you need now is another CR2032 battery. Like so. Oh, I'll show my reflection now. Just flip it around and put it into place. Just like this. Yeah. Now I have two methods of doing this. Specifically for, like, this very simple battery swap, you only really need, like, continuity mode. Which is, you know, this symbol right here, and then, you know, makes the beeps. But, you know, I mean, maybe this is a primer for you when it comes to soldering. Maybe you are an expert and know way more than I do. But as you can see, that's connected. And it's connected really, really good, because it makes a lot of good sound. Then you can switch it to voltage. Should be about 3 point. Yeah, there you go. It's got like some voltage and then some. So now that we know that's good, all that's really left to do is take these wires off. It's as easy as warm it up a little bit. Up a little bit. There you go. Last thing I like to do with this is I like to write the date the battery was swapped. So today is January 3rd, 2026. That way, so when somebody opens this cartridge, it doesn't say if it's 200 years in the future and it's blown up. They can at least see, wow, this thing was changed on 2026 and it is now 3126. That's crazy, dude. Aki and Mama's save files will still be intact. Now all that's really left to do is clean the pins, which I will probably do off camera, because what's the point? You know, it's nothing. When I clean the pins, it's nothing really out of the ordinary. I run over it with one of these high polymer erasers, and then I get a Q-tip and I clean the pins with some IPA, and then I dry it with a paper towel, and then I reassemble it. I'll probably I put this cartridge back in. Maybe like I'll have a shot of it like still having the save batteries in it or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna go clean these pins now. Catch you in a moment. Okay, game go in. Power go on. On the TV. Maybe I'll record this in OBS or something, but fingers crossed. And hey, the save files are still there. Aki and Mama's legendary names will live on forever, and so will exclamation point, question mark. That's usually my thing. Very funny name. Haha ass. Yes. So, with all the shit posting aside, hope you found this tutorial useful. Thank you for watching. Leave a like and a subscribe and a comment or whatever. Go away and completely disregard it. But yeah, thank you for watching. I really do hope this was helpful. Have a good rest of your day.